Well, well, well. What the hell do we have going on around here, man? What the hell's happened this Saturday afternoon, Killer Breeze? It's looking more and more like
I think
this is Saturday Night Live. Live. It's from college football's Taj Mahal. Here we are, man.
I can't wait to hear the post game press conference is going to be comedy gold, because I'm sure Caleb's going to act like a pouting little petulant child, and Tebow will be arrogant, and he'll act like he actually has a reason to be.
My son said
be annoyed.
Caleb, he's over there crying. He's actually tearing up over there.
Who? Caleb?
Oh, Mary Caleb Williams fingernails over there crying and shit, man. Crying. They said he was over there crying.
Well, he's done it before. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That dude is he's a weirdo, man.
Yeah, where's
it's worked out much better for us.
Where's old Lavy boy been? Old Lever boy. What's his name? Lever? LeVar?
LeVar Crawford. LeVar is a big wuss.
Before we get started, we got a new member already in the Outlaw Posse getting his badge today. Jack has now mounted up. He's ready to go, brother. He's saddled up. He's got his badge. He's deputized. He's in the Outlaw Posse. Who get his random Four Horsemen shout out, as well as possibly be the comment of the day. 2 P's and a effed up pod. The Skittle Shitters and Con Time Groupies. The Con Time Groupies went down too, brother.
Yeah, that was wonderful. Did you see Deion's post-game press conference? It was great also.
I didn't see it, but I heard that
they're gonna
something pretty funny. What, you go ahead and tell me.
Well, no, he just he was disgusted and couldn't understand why the players didn't know whether they loved the game or whether they just liked the game. This is the problem when you have players that were really gifted, the super elite players. This is why they're not great coaches, because when their players don't do superhuman things like they did, they get frustrated. Well, this is what happens when you bring your Louis from Jackson State. Turns out they're not that great,
No, man, it's just like
Shidder threw a horrendous pass to end the game in overtime. He threw a horrible pass.
I heard
that got intercepted in overtime.
I heard Travis Hunter got ate up pretty good. I heard his son on the defensive side of the ball got ate up pretty good. I mean, everybody was on his bandwagon. People's like, they'll defend Con Time by saying, well, look, he's done a lot better than we thought he would. But that's not the point. The point is, when they started 3-0, y'all started coming here clamoring and saying a bunch of BS about how they was going to contend for playoff spots and Heisman trophies.
Yeah.
And that's why every time they lose now, I'm going to grill the hell out of them. And down 29-0 to Stanford now. Got some comments in here.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Wilkerson with a $2 donation. Come on, Skittle Shitters, man up and talk smack now. Yeah, I don't see LeVar.
Mike? What's going on, Mike? Yeah, man, this just turned out great. I think you were one of the only ones to call Stanford over.
We was talking about time. I said, don't be surprised if Stanford beats them, because they almost lost to Arizona State. Who's horrific too, by the way.
Right.
And
that's right.
Stanford. I can understand if you give up a 29-point. I can understand if you give up a 29-point lead to USC or Alabama or Ohio State. But Stanford got beat by Sacramento State, an FCS school, and handedly.
Well, man, that receiver from Stanford had 294 yards receiving, that Io Manor. 294 yards receiving, man. That's amazing. He was 6 yards shy of going 300 on time.
Jack's bringing us some Louis. he got his badge, and now he's making a donation to the show. He got his comment highlighted with his donation. It says, "I'm not new. I just had to switch accounts. This is JD Wilmoth. YouTube blocked me because somebody got their panties in a wad. So I had to switch emails." Sound like we got a lot in common here, JD. Yeah, sound like we got a lot in common.
Yeah, brother. We know the feeling. We know the feeling.
But this is working out really well. I'm not trying to lick y'all's ass or anything. But this is working out great for Oklahoma. Does this not feel like there's a God in this world that really cares about making sure that the people that are jackasses get what's coming to them? I mean, this is beautiful karma. All in one weekend. All in one weekend, brother.
It really is. It really is a Christmas come early. Like, where do you think USC drops now? I mean, they were already down to 10. Do you think they drop into the?
They would have probably dropped them pretty hard for losing about 5 or 6 spots, but since they lost by 28, man, they might drop them out of the top 20.
I was just about to say, man, I mean, they're going to become unranked because after seeing what I saw today against Notre Dame or tonight against Notre Dame, there is no way, especially after what I saw with Washington and Oregon as well, there's no way they don't lose at least one of those 2 games, probably both. I think, but probably Oregon and Washington are going to beat their ass. So, They probably fall out of the top 25, and yes, from the Sooner fan, especially with all the smack that the Trojans were talking, acting like they knew better than we did about who they just got as their coach, and how he was going to all of a sudden miraculously change once he was at USC. If anything, he's only gotten worse. They're going to fall out of the top 25. Oklahoma's probably going to be in strong contention for a playoff spot, and how things would have turned. Caleb Williams ain't going to win the Heisman. If Oklahoma takes care of business and whips Texas's ass in the Big 12, or whoever makes it to the Big 12 championship, if Dylan Gabriel happened to have a particularly good game in that Big 12 championship, he's going to win the Heisman.
Well,
and that's when it just all of it comes full circle, man. And yes, there is a God.
Yeah, the football gods are smiling on me quite profusely, man, because I got both of them in one weekend. I got Con Time, the Con Time groupies who've been pitching a tent in their pants for forever. Now it's shriveling up a little bit. Like I said in my little short this morning, it's done shriveled up. That little turtle head done went in its shell, man. It's done sucked up in them like a tampon. They and then on top of that, tonight, this is something I thought could happen, but I didn't know it would come like this, man. But to beat them 48-20, that's pretty damn sweet, man. And I'm not an Oklahoma fan, but I just feel good for you guys, man, because I know the pain and the angst that y'all are feeling, man, because it sort of happened to Alabama with Dennis Franchione. But the kind of shit that they put y'all through, man, the media, the national media, man, this has just got to feel really good for the Oklahoma Sooners.
It feels amazing. It feels like complete, vindication, and it feels like all is right in the world. Oklahoma is making their way back to national relevance in a strong, strong way. Man, their recruiting is actually kind of picking up again. I think there's a good chance they could end up in the top 5 again. I mean, they're starting to now lean towards getting a couple more 4-star athletes, offensive linemen, and a safety.
When Notre Dame scored that touchdown to go up 31-13, that little pass down the middle, I got up, hollered, and screamed like Alabama just scored. My son was over there asleep on the couch. He's like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" I was like, "Man, I'll be honest with you. This almost feels as good as Alabama winning, even though we looked like crap today. We almost blew a 24-6 lead. We almost pulled a Con Time out of our ass today." But
Milroe looked like he took a couple of steps back today.
and it sort of benefited me as well. I mean, Alabama, while we have a loss, any team that's undefeated right now losing the game is just bonus for us.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, man. Listen, it's just a great day. Today is just a great weekend, and man, I just can't wait to. I really want to see how Oklahoma responds to Central Florida. I would hope that they just come out and take care of business and show that they're focused and still on task.
JJS gives us a rundown of the Skittle Shidder schedule: Washington, Oregon, Utah, and UCLA.
Oh,
they're going to lose at least probably 2 of those games at least.
I mean, they could lose out. They really could. I mean, they could lose out. Let's go through it.
And if y'all don't mind, if you could just jump out of the chat real quick and smash that like button for me. We have 124 people in here. And so if you can smash USC, like, get this party going really, really big. Also, there's a little donation button at the bottom like Jack did earlier. If you want to get your highlighted and read out by me and Killer Breeze, just hit that donation button, a little $sign, write your comment out, and then send it, and we'll read it out. If you might want to make a little donation to the show for us.
The only thing that's in USC's favor is they have a couple of these hard games at home, but they go next week. They host Utah. Utah is coming to town. The week after that, they go on the road to Cal. I don't know much about Cal, but I imagine, I mean, they're 3-4. I imagine USC will probably take care of them. But then they go and they play Washington at home, Oregon, and UCLA. And I'm saying out of Utah, Washington, and Oregon, how do they not lose at least 2 of those? At least, if not all 3. And UCLA, UCLA could easily beat them as well. So, I mean, what if they lose 4 more games, dude? What if they end up going 7-5 this year?
Well, that's why Lincoln Riley made his little comment this week in his little interview when he said that he was contemplating early retirement because his mentors, Mike Leach and some other guy, passed away early, and he attributed it to the stress of coaching college football. All he's doing, man, is just like Urban Meyer of Ohio State and Florida, is he's just trying to set himself up for an out where he don't look as bad. Johnny Fairlane comes in with a donation, a $4.99 donation. I don't see a comment with that, Johnny Fairlane. If you want to put a comment out there, I'll try to read it out.
No, he's definitely doing that for that reason. I think he is going to leave at the end of this year. If he has a chance to follow Caleb, that's what he'll do. And if not, maybe he just walks away. But if they actually lose 3 or 4 of those next 5 games, they'll be a 7-5, 8-4 team. It will be a complete abject failure, not just on defense, on offense too. Caleb was horrible in the beginning of that game against Notre Dame. You were yelling when he scored. I was yelling when he kept throwing interceptions. That was awesome.
I didn't see that part, man. I come in when it was
3 of them.
I come in at the very end of the second half when it was 24-6.
No, picked up the game. No, you missed it. That's how they got down all those points. Was that 3 consecutive drives? He threw interceptions, and they were bad throws for sure. Notre Dame was rushing 4 and 5 all night. They had pressure on him all night. They made Notre Dame look like the 85 Bears, dude.
Hell yeah, they did. So, to get beat 48-20, and hell, they almost give up 50 on them. They fumbled the ball down there again at the very end.
Yeah.
Believe in Be Saved Ministries says, it feels like victory, finally vindication after we were treated so horrible by USC fans and the media, not to mention Lincoln stealing our players and using us all is right. I can't, I go some misread it. Using us all is right with the world. But yeah, all is right with the world. It feels like there is a college football god out there, and he has struck down the Skittle shitters and the con time groupies in one fell swoop in one weekend, brother. This is gonna be money for me.
It's great. I want to know how's Lori Brogdon doing tonight? Lori, how you enjoying tonight? Lori's in here. I saw Teresa in here too. Oh, Z in Oklahoma, new member. Saddle up, get your badge on.
That's right. Every time Killer Breeze comes in here with me, I get a lot of members. I think Killer Breeze knows how to get him on that horse. Z in Oklahoma is badged up.
Let's take a look here and see.
Z in Oklahoma is badged up. He's got his badge. He's deputized. He's saddled up. He's ready to go. I can't even hardly talk tonight, man. I'm so damn happy about this shit. And I'm not even an Oklahoma fan, man. It's just the way the whole thing was handled with con time and with Lincoln Riley, man. They're just like I said, two peas in an effed up pod together. But if you want to get your badge like Z in Oklahoma just did, all you got to do is hit that join button next to the subscribe button. It's about $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. You'll get your badge and you'll get deputized like Z. And on the podcast, you will actually get a random Four Horseman shout as well as possibly be the comment of the day.
Professor J. Slay is in the house. What's going on, Professor? There's Teresa. Worse every year and spilled over to USC. That's right. That is right, ATL. He's actually gotten worse. He is regressing, man. That's what I'm saying. He is getting worse. And I started thinking about it. Part of the problem is it seems to me that it's very hard to be a great head coach and also call the offense. For him, he's so obsessed with his offense that I don't think he's able to devote enough time to the other parts of building a great program. I think that's part of the problem. That and the obvious that he has no respect for the importance of defense, having just as much importance, if not more than good offense.
Well, I think him and Con Time Deion are in the same club as far as that goes as well, man. They're like I said, man, two peas in an effed up pod. Teresa Moser says, just a thought. Remember how married Caleb Williams was saying a few days ago he loved Oklahoma or something along those lines. Maybe he's testing the waters to see if he can come back. Maybe. He's got a couple of years of eligibility left. And he's already said, I know you saw that screenshot I sent you, him saying that he only wanted to play for certain NFL teams, and if he doesn't get drafted by those teams, he may stay another year.
Yeah.
I don't believe that, though.
Well, if he wants a chance of winning a Heisman or making a college playoff, he's going to have to come another year because he ain't doing it this year. So if he wants any shot at it, he's going to have to give it another shot next year because he's done this year. I really, I think Lincoln really might fire Grinch. I do. To save his ass, I don't think there's anything he wouldn't do. But it ain't going to change anything. It's still going to be bad.
It's like you said. The defensive coordinator's not the problem here. It's the guy that don't want to take defense seriously. Not even close to being serious about it. I mean, at least he could do. I'm not saying have a shutdown defense. I'm just saying hold a team to less than 24 points, and you can probably win most of your games.
It's the mindset. It's the mindset. They don't. That's the problem. You're never gonna the focus and the intention and the intensity on defense is never going to be there because he just doesn't. He's not interested in it. He's only interested in the offense, and he believes he can outscore everybody, and so that's good enough. But you see it time and time every year. It never fails. At some point, that high-powered offense ain't so high-powered, and it struggles, and it turns the ball over 3 times in the first half. That happens every year. So you're just not going to get there. Maybe he wins one over the course of a career. Maybe he gets lucky 1 year.
I just can't believe he threw
consistency.
I can't believe he threw 3 picks. And
that
whole Kentucky thing, that got shit. It got shot to hell right there. Right there, it got shot to hell.
Absolutely. It looked like they were going to come back a couple of times. Actually, I thought, man, oh shit, here we go.
That kickoff return was the dagger.
Yeah. That was a killer.
That was the dagger right there. That was the end of the Skittle Shitters Odyssey.
That was a killer.
Sisyphus JWK with a big $20 donation. Appreciate the hell out of that, Sisyphus. I don't see a comment with that, brother. If you want to put a comment up there, do that, and I'll try to find it and read it out, man. There's so many comments coming in here, though. It's hard to catch them all.
And it's no coincidence that punt return happened against USC, because Lincoln Riley, who everybody knows does not ever hire a special teams coach. He doesn't think it's necessary. I mean, think about that.
Well, he don't think defense is necessary. So think about that.
Yeah.
I really don't think. I think he thought he could outscore everybody, man. I think.
100%.
I'll get my offense so great that I'll be able to outscore everybody. Sisyphus JWK's comment was, with the schedule USC has remaining, they'll lose at least 3 more games.
I think so. Maybe 4. Gabriel earned his name being considered in the Heisman race.
Darth Iskines with a $5 donation. Dylan Gabriel earned his name at even being considered in the Heisman race. DG hasn't complained at any point. He's a team captain and a true leader.
He is. I love how all the Sooners are finally giving love to DG, which is good. But it's funny to me that a lot of these same people were saying he needs to sit the bench.
Bebo Lewis has now mounted up and saddled up. He's got his badge or her badge. I'm going to make sure I don't get them wrong this time, because I accidentally called someone the wrong gender last time. Bebo Lewis is mounted up, saddled up, ready to go.
What's up, Bebo?
Got his badge. He's an outlaw posse, and that's not but $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. That's a little join button, next subscribe button. Also, if y'all don't mind, jump out of the chat here, smash the like button, get this party going even bigger than what it is. We got record numbers in here tonight. We're up to 135 people.
I see 137. Hey, by the way, I saw a good comment from Court Files a while back. Time to unload "We Told You So" on USCJ.
Yeah, USCJ.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow.
He's made some alluding comments towards me. Said basically that he wished he could meet me in person to physically shut me up. I'm like, well, maybe one day.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah. So he told someone to tell me that if he saw me in person that I wouldn't say that to his face. I'm like, I absolutely would say it to you. I mean, and you might whoop my ass. But I'm telling you now, I've had my ass whooped before. It won't be the first time. I'm absolutely going to say it to your face.
Oh, for sure.
I promise you that. Sure. And he picked the right letter for his podcast. USCJ is short for jackass. So I'll pass that along to him. Tell him to put that in his portfolio. File that away for a rainy day. And if he's ever in Tuscaloosa, which I doubt he ever will be, because he's stuck in that shit-style state called California.
That's a fact. California is a communist state.
Copenhagen says BV also never blamed anybody for last year, and we all knew that wasn't an 11-2 team that he took over. No, it wasn't. They rated the team, man. No other coach had to put up with that crap but Brent Venables. No other coach had to come in that kind of circumstance ever, because the whole transfer portal thing and NIL stuff just now came about. You know, that immediate transfer portal thing really undermined and hurt.
Oh yeah, in the past,
Brent Venables.
in the past, when a coach left a program for another job somewhere else, the players did not leave with him. That didn't happen. The players stayed and played under the new coach. You know, so for a program to lose 2 5-star quarterbacks, man, you'd be hard pressed to probably find many examples of that. But that's exactly what happened to him. And BB, if you were listening to what Venables was saying and what people around the program were saying, you felt like he was doing something different, and he was doing the right things. And it just, you know, as it turns out, to rebuild something from the ground up when it's in as bad a shape it was in under Riley, it just takes time. You just can't flip a switch. So you got to be happy with where they're headed, and then I think the cherry on top is the fact that USC is struggling so much. It's just like it's yin and yang.
And Andy Dahl says Sooner football is family, not business. And you know, a lot of people say that, and they do the coach speak, and they do the motions of saying that, and the political speak and whatnot. But the stuff that Oklahoma does shows that they're genuine about it with the soul program and whatnot.
Oh well, that's the thing I think about Venables is that he's the real deal, man. You know, he's walking the talk. He's not just talking. He knows what he's talking about, and he's focused. And a lot of people say he's the most consistent person they've ever worked with. He's the same. He brings it every day, always in a good mood, always focused on what they're trying to do, never distracted. You know, he's that guy.
Well,
so he could be good for many years to come.
Someone sent me a thing earlier. I think it was Tim Gillespie sent me a screenshot of something where it was talking about Brent Venables actually plays quarterback on the scout team.
Yes.
And
Jimmy Green Beans.
Yeah. And said he tore his meniscus or something and still went out there and practiced as scout team quarterback. So he's having things said about him that stuff of legends are made of. This is some Bear Bryant kind of shit, you know, wrestling the bear and getting bit kind of shit. Yeah. Jeff Payton is a friend of mine, old school buddy of mine, high school buddy. He says he can vouch for me. With me saying it to someone's face, I'm as unfiltered as they come. Yeah, it gets me in trouble, Jeff. It really does, brother. It gets me in a lot of trouble, man. I guess I'm going to have to work on that. Man, because I've already had them threaten me a couple of times, actually. I mean, I actually had one of them call my daughter and tell him I was a bitch. So
yeah, that was crazy. That was nuts.
Doyle Kennedy, USAF Navigators in the house. He's a regular of the show as well. He says, of course, Dylan in his 5th year is the best choice. Let Arnold soak in everything and get prepared for next season. He's proud of Dylan Gabriel. Yeah, that was a great moment with Dylan Gabriel and his mother after the game against Texas.
Yeah, it was. It was awesome.
And it just keeps happening. I mean, the good stuff just keeps happening. I feel like, man, you know how you like you hit your wagon to somebody and you're like, man, I hope this works out. This is working out a lot better than I ever thought it would. It's working out 10 times better than I thought. It
really is.
Because I'm getting to grill people. This week is just like a culmination of stuff that me and you and everybody else that has a modicum of knowledge about college football and can read stuff and see it coming.
Yep.
This is just like the culmination of that, and just, you know, so we told you so. And I know it's not, sometimes that can be considered classless too, and I don't want to have to pat myself on the back, but.
No. Absolutely. We've been talking about this for a while, and it's coming to fruition exactly like we said it would. So it feels good. Nothing wrong with patting yourself on the back on that.
If y'all want to get your comments, push the top. I can't get to everybody's comments. They're coming in strong and fast and furious. We're now up to 143 people. New record for us. If you want to click on that $sign at the bottom of the video. It's the donation button. Hit that. Write your comment out first, and then hit the send button. And me and Killer Breeze will read it out because it will highlight it for you if you make a donation to the show.
Lori's cracking me up.
Where's she at? What's she doing?
Lori's talking smack about Trevor Knight.
You like, come on, Lori. Trevor Knight ain't he want to beat Alabama?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, he is.
Y'all should be showing some gratitude to old Trevor, man. Without Trevor, y'all never beat Alabama.
He did play the game of his life. He couldn't do it. He couldn't replicate it for shit. But he did it one time.
He did, man. He's like Steven Garcia of South Carolina when they beat Alabama.
Yes.
Game of his life. That always happens to us, man. Hey, I'm not saying this being cocky about Alabama, but I think Alabama had a big hand in giving Johnny Manziel the Heisman Trophy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Without that little twirling ass play they done and throwing that ball, man, he don't win the Heisman Trophy.
That play won him the Heisman. And you think about, dude, Adrian Peterson had the statistics. There's so many running backs that won the Heisman on much smaller statistical years than Adrian Peterson had his freshman year, and they wouldn't give him the trophy that year because he was a freshman. And they break the rule of not giving it to a freshman for Johnny Manziel? Are you kidding me? What a punk.
What a waste of a record, of a monumental record.
That's what I'm saying, man.
And I'm sort of dating myself here, but seriously, back when they used to give the trophy to juniors and seniors, Herschel Walker.
Oh, Herschel.
Heisman Trophy. His sophomore year. I think it was his freshman year. He should have won that.
I think it was his freshman year too, wasn't it?
Yeah. Darth Iskiness with a donation says, we ride or die. We have been forever Boomer.
Yeah, man. It's just an amazing. I can't wait to see Riley in the post-game press conference. He's going to be his ego is going to be so bruised. It's going to be fun to watch. Why does Lori want you to ban Joe?
I just took care of that.
What happened?
Took care of it. He was talking sort of vulgar to her, talking about her woman parts.
That's
I get on here and talk smack, and I say dirty stuff sometimes, and I cuss, but I don't do that. I don't go, after women like that.
No, that's.
So I put Joe in timeout temporarily. Joe, when you come back in here, brother, just you can cuss a little bit. I'll let y'all get away with a lot of stuff, man. Let's just not go there. Let's try to keep it at least above the belt, just a little bit. I guess Killer Breeze is having some technical difficulties. But y'all tell me, how does it feel to finally? This is like a culmination. This is like a culmination because not only have y'all been passing them in recruiting, it's just been building. And y'all just passing them in recruiting 3 years in a row now. Now y'all passed them in the actual poll that matters. The college football poll that has a lot of influence on the playoff poll that's coming up this week. And I'm going to say that more than likely Oklahoma will probably be in the top 4 of that initial poll, just by the strength of schedule and stuff not even the strength of schedule, but just by the sheer win over Texas. Yeah.
No, I think they will be. And I don't know, and I think that's a good thing. You might as well, it's just good for the brand to be back in the hunt. I think it's going to be interesting, man, to see how the how the end of the year goes for both Oklahoma and Texas, for that matter.
I just want to let you know, brother, just because Jeff went to high school with me, I don't show any differential. If Jeff does something that I don't like, I'll call him out on it. But I don't know exactly what y'all are arguing about, but I don't show favoritism, brother. I just don't.
The chat room is feisty.
I know, right? I just don't want them going too low on them.
Hey, you happen to follow that boxing match today with Logan Paul and Dylan Dennis, and then KSI and Tommy Fury? You happen to follow that?
I didn't see it. Who won?
Logan Paul won. There was a DQ in the 6th round. It broke out into kind of a brawl. And then Tommy Fury won in a split decision. It's goofy. I don't know how I feel about it. I was hoping I would watch Logan Paul get his ass whipped, but he's on a lot of steroids now.
Mark Hampton says, I'm going to ask again, how many USC players Nick transferred from OU are now regretted?
Well, Caleb's got to be. Oh, USCJ is live right now.
Y'all go over and tell him that we have just thrown.
Hey, you get lost in the sauce. You're lost in the sauce, dog.
You sound just like him. Never heard you sound like
a sauce over here.
I never heard you sound like a complete jackass, but that's pretty good. Hey, y'all tell USC jackass that we're over here grilling him. I know he said he was going to shut me up if he ever met me. Tell him I'll be looking forward to that one day.
Can you hear him?
Is the O-line going to break down? Is there going to be another interception? But it just felt uncomfortable. The triple option is run by Army and Navy. Always gave Notre Dame problems. We did a version, and Lloyd found that.
Oh man, listen. Yeah, I'm telling y'all.
Don't give him no pub.
This is comedy gold, man. No. This is comedy gold. They are freaking out. It
just boggles my mind how they couldn't see the shit coming, man. It was obvious it's been coming the whole year. Even the posters were telling them, we're dropping you.
Yeah. Oh,
we're dropping
sure.
you. We're dropping you. You're going undefeated, but we're dropping you because they knew it was coming, man. It was coming. Alpha Dragon Gaming, FTW, with a $10 donation. Oh, man, everyone in USCJ is complaining about Linky Boy, and he needs to go already. Damn right.
Yeah,
an amen and a Skittle Shidder to that.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Y'all tell old USCJ and get a chance, if he needs some donations for diapers, that we might do that. We might send him some diapers because I know that they're soiling their diapers out there. They probably feel that shit full. Ask old boy if he's rationing up. We might send him some Vaseline too to rub on that ass of his because I know he's chapped right now.
Hey, you want to hear? Here, let's just read a random comment from the USCJ live feed. To the untrained eye, Riley, you suck.
Woo! Damn!
Oh man!
Man. Macho Man. Oh yeah!
It's so great, man.
Snap it to a Skittle Shitter.
It's so great.
Holy mother of God!
They're gonna freak out, dude. I hope they fall out of the top 20. I mean, I hope they really, because
and I'm not saying
every game they've had has been close in the last the last 4 weeks. They've had 3 super close games and a loss. So I think they might fall out of the top 20. I think they might go from 10 to like 21.
I'm not saying it because I'm trolling them. I'm saying it because if I was a pollster, I definitely would drop them out. They're probably the worst 6-1 team in the top 25.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, let's be honest about it.
For sure.
And
yeah, Washington and Oregon they're gonna kick USC's ass up and down the field.
Hank's he's got his badge as well. He's been part of the outlaw posse. Y'all see a lot of people in here with the badges like Hank, Michael, Dyche, Lester, a.k.a. Lezer, Darth Iskines, Babo Lewis, Jack, and Tim Gillespie. I mentioned your screenshot earlier, Tim, about Brent Venables playing scout team quarterback and tearing his meniscus and still getting out there and playing. Hank says USCJ is a cheerleader. That's true. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell a story about USC Jackass. We had him on Jonathan Lewis's show. Y'all remember college football with Jonathan Lewis. And he didn't even know who USC's – he don't know his team's history. Now, I can understand if you don't know an opposing team's history. Like if I don't know who Oklahoma's coach was in 1968 or 1975, like that's an honest thing. But if you're going to do a podcast about a team, you should know their history. And 100%. He don't. As I mentioned, Ted Tollner, who was one of the worst USC coaches of all time in the 90s, and he didn't even know who the hell it was. All he is 2000 and up. That's all he is, man.
Yeah. Which really is not the best years of USC football. They had a couple of good years from 2000 up, but the main good years they had were back in the 70s and 80s, the 60s and 70s, wasn't it? I mean, in the 70s mainly, right? 60s and 70s. Wasn't that their heyday? They had some good teams in the early 80s, I think, if I remember correctly. But their blue blood status doesn't come from the years 2000 and up.
USCJ, you can tell, became a fan around the Cheap Pete era because that's all he knows. That's his history of USC. My history with Alabama really starts probably around the 1980s. But I know who our head coach was in the 1920s because they're my team. And I'm going to make sure I'm educated on my team. If I'm going to do a podcast on college football, you need to be knowledgeable enough to carry on a conversation about historical facts.
Right.
Thunder OU says, I can't wait for Uncle Lou. Your season's over video. Y'all still listening to him? Y'all listen to old Auntie Louise?
I don't like Uncle Lou.
Auntie Louise. Tell Auntie Louise I said hello because he banned me from his show, by the way.
I'm not a big fan of old Auntie Lou. The Court Files is in USCJ's. It's so funny, man. There's so many Sooners in this live feed. There's so many Sooners, man.
Z in Oklahoma says that Lincoln Riley is dragging Caleb in the postgame. Does not surprise me. He would sell you out. Man, he'd sell his grandma out, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. He's pathetic, man. And I think I think people are starting to see him more and more for what he actually is. He's never been a great head coach, ever. He's horrible at the personal side of it, the public relations side of it. He's horrible. He's paranoid. He's closed off. He's not welcoming to the past, history and the players of the program. I mean, if Brian Bosworth wanted to go to a closed practice, he would not be able to get in. That's how Lincoln Riley ran the program. That's what he's doing, by the way, at USC. I hear him complaining. They don't get as much access to him as they thought they would. They think it might change. It's never going to change. He sucks at that. And now it's proven that, he doesn't have it in him to effectively put both sides of the ball out on the field at a high level. He's never done it. And he's getting worse. I also think people are getting kind of hip to his. I don't know if it's because people are getting hip to his play calling or if it's also because he just gets too cute, because he does that too. But he's not. He's been getting worse every year.
y'all's schedule is looking pretty favorable. I mean, UCF don't look that great. Kansas got beat today by Okie State. Okie State's done put 2 decent wins together back to back. Looks like they might have righted the ship a little bit. Y'all might have to worry about Okie State.
That's gonna be a tough game for us. I promise you, it always is. And this one being the last one, that's gonna be a tough game for us. The year that we won the national championship in 2000, when we beat Texas 63-14 that year, and Kansas State we beat by 10 and by I think 10 and 17. We played them twice that year. We played them in the regular season, and then we played Kansas State in the Big 12 championship. And that year, we beat Oklahoma State 12-9. I mean, we could barely score. We barely got out of there. And if I remember correctly, Oklahoma State had a pass in the end zone for the last play of the game, could have won it. So I promise you, Bedlam will be a tight game for us. I already know it.
David Orrick says, knuckle dragging Neanderthals in Oklahoma are dragging our knuckles all over those transgender volleyball rooters. Yeah, the transgender volleyball attendance will go up now that USC has lost a game because they don't come to football games because they got better things to do, right?
That's right.
Now they got all the transgender volleyball time they want because let me tell you something. Over and under, 3 losses, 3 more losses. Over and under for USC. 3 more losses.
Well, you'd have to put it at 2.5.
2.5.
Over under 2.5. I'm going over. Let's hear
Joseph McKelvey with a $5 donation. Joseph McKelvey says Tebow was dragging down Oklahoma before he left so USC can keep him and Grinch as their buyout. Now California can keep him too. Boomer.
That's a fact. That's a fact, Joseph. Marine Sooners in the house too. What's up, Marine?
Marine Sooner with a 99-cent super sticker. I don't see a comment with that, brother, but if you throw a comment in here, I'll make sure I try to read it out. They're coming fast and furious. Lori, I just took care of that situation again. Joe, if you want to come in here, just, for some reason, for whatever reason, you and Lori just stay away from each other and y'all talk about something else.
Leave Lori alone, man. Be nice to Lori.
For real.
How does Grinch keep a job? He sucks. Yeah, he does suck. It's kind of amazing, but I do think Riley will fire Grinch to save his ass, which is, what a head coach should do. But the problem isn't Grinch. The problem is
I don't think he's going to fire him in the middle of the season. But
I don't know, man. He fired Mike Stoops in the middle of the season.
And by the way, those 48 points, not trying to take any of the sting off, because I'm not going to tell anybody else this but y'all. It's between just me and you and the Crimson Nations. But they didn't really give up 48 points tonight. There's a bunch of turnovers down there at the end that run that shit up, but nobody else knows that. Probably tomorrow they're just going to see the score, and they're going to drop them like a rock, man. They're going to drop them probably, I would say, at least 18th. In my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's right. And and that's not where they're stopping. They're going to fall out of the top 25 for sure. I don't see how they can right the ship at this point. I just don't. I don't think they can. I think this is who they are. And, now we'll really see how good Caleb Williams is, because now he's going to be – I could see it on the sideline. You know how it goes when you start losing and playing bad. He's going to start pressing. And he was already immature. I mean, the way he handles things has never been great. So I can't imagine him handling losing very well.
Talking about Caleb?
Yeah, Mary Caleb.
He never has been up there, man. I got a little meme that I put up periodically of him bawling his damn eyes out. Marine Sooner with a $4.99 super sticker. Appreciate the hell out of that, Marine. Also, if y'all want to get your comments, push the top and get them read out. There's a little $sign at the bottom of this video. Hit that. Write your comment out, and it'll highlight it, and we can read it out for you. Make a little donation to the show. Keep us up and motivated.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, especially in their own conference, that is, especially with the way that Washington won that game, Penix is going to have to be, and he might be leading the Heisman race after this weekend.
Who?
Penix from Washington.
I don't know. They won that game today. Washington won.
Man, he throws. He's good, man. That guy he's legit. Have you seen him play?
Yeah, I watched that game today. Alpha Dragon Gaming FTW says Linky Boy is trending on X right now.
Good.
That's good because I'll make sure that I put a hashtag Lincoln Riley in my next video.
He's gonna be belligerent in his. I saw before this game. I saw one of the beat writers in for USC football questioning the slow start they had the offense last week, and he got offended and said, "Well, I thought we had the number one offense last time I checked." That's the kind of shit he's going to be doing tonight. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be comedy gold, man. You're not going to get much better.
I mean, I don't know who to go with, man, whether to go with Con Time or Lincoln Riley as the lead in my next podcast.
It's got to be Lincoln. It has to be.
And it's like it happened at the same time. It's just so perfect, man, that these two jerks got their comeuppance on the same weekend.
I will say this. I'm so tired. I've heard Louis Riddick call a couple of Colorado games now, and he really needs to remove Deion's penis from his mouth because it's getting old, man. I mean, he just fawns over him. And when they were up 29-0, you would have think that what you laughing at, man?
Just thinking about that shit, man. No Riddick. You're right about Riddick, man.
I mean, it's just so annoying.
I think Riddick swallows, man.
It's so annoying.
I don't think he even hesitates, man. I think he probably swallows the whole load.
God, dog, man.
So annoying. The thing is, TCU, they base all their stuff on TCU. I'm like, TCU lost all their players, got blown out and looked like a homecoming opponent against Georgia, give up 155 points the last 3 games, and y'all couldn't see this shit coming. Hell, Colorado State had them beat.
Yeah.
A bad Colorado State team had them beat, man.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. What's up, Taco?
Yeah, Taco Moreno, he's one of the original Outlaw Posse members. He was in the first 4.
Great friend from home that we call Taco. Good friend.
He said, got a $10 donation from Eric. He also has his badge as well. He's in the Outlaw Posse. I just saw that on X and was about to say that, talking about Lincoln Riley, I reckon, trending.
I see a lot of badges in here tonight. It's nice. It's nice. You got to count how many people do we have in the posse these days?
Last I checked, it was 67. So
nice.
Now, and for a channel that just turned 2 years old, that's pretty good. But we got a couple tonight, so we might be up to 69 or 70.
Who said DG sucks in here? Did somebody in here say DG sucks? Get out of here. Who said that?
Does DG suck?
Yes, Teresa, I did go there.
Is the Oklahoma defense just covering for Dylan Gabriel? That's what a lot of people are saying. They don't like Oklahoma.
Who's covering for him?
Oklahoma defense. Without the Oklahoma defense, Deion Gabriel is not that great.
Oh my God, dude. That I'm not even going to respond to that. I'm not. That's ridiculous. If you think excuse me, did Oklahoma's defense run that last drive? Was that who was out there running that drive? Was that the defense? Did the defense throw that ball into the corner of the end zone when the pocket was collapsing on him?
I just can't wait till Nick Saban retires so we can get Brent Venables down here, man.
Yeah, you know that you know why that's not going to happen? Because y'all already going to have hired con time to come take Saban's place.
Wrong.
Oh yeah, it's not just a commercial. It's not just a commercial thing.
Hey,
there's a
big family feud red X right there.
I know. That's what's going on, man. They have a process in place already.
If they do that shit, I promise you, I'll be in the fan transfer portal. I'll be having to come on that Boomer Schooner full time, man. I ain't playing that shit. Look, Mike Spires with a $2 donation says that game was karma. You guys are awesome. Much love. Yeah, hopefully we'll get us a sponsor soon, and I can maybe I can start paying Killer Breeze for his great input.
No, man, I'm happy to do this gratis.
Talkus Pitt is in the house. What's up, Talkus Pitt? I ain't seen you in here in quite some time, man. How's your Pittsburgh Panthers doing? Did they beat Louisville tonight, or did Louisville pull that out? Do you know that?
Teresa said she used to live in Dewey several years ago. Wow.
What's that?
Yeah, man, that's where my people are from. My uncle was a teacher at Dewey. Oh, no, wait, he was in Bartlesville High School for 30 years. Pitt beat them 38-21. So does Louisville fall back out of the top 25 now that Pitt just beat them?
Did Pitt beat them?
Yeah, 38-21.
Wow.
So they went from unranked to 14. Now, are they going to go from 14 back to unranked?
That's some stupid ass Louisville stuff, man, right there. I mean, they just beat Notre Dame, probably ruined Notre Dame's season, and they back it up with a loss to Pittsburgh, a 1-4 Pittsburgh team.
That's what I'm saying.
That might actually help ignite Pittsburgh's season for you, Talkus Pitt. A great win like that over Louisville, maybe I'll turn y'all around and you can get in the bowl game. Because it's not too late. 1-4, you're now 2-4. As long as you get to what is it, 6-6, you're bowl eligible, right?
Correct.
That's
why I hope the con time is about to lose out and not be bowl eligible.
I just thought of something, man. What if con time goes to the Independence Bowl?
Oh, we'd have to go.
Man, I'm gonna get me a con time sign, man. I'm probably gonna get my ass.
We would have to go. John Ritchie is right. DG is one. Let me tell you, DG. I said this earlier. If Oklahoma wins wins out and wins the Big 12 championship, and if Deion Gabriel has a particularly good game in that Big 12 championship, he's going to win the Heisman.
Lori, I can't check my messenger right now because I'm on here live and my phone is in the living room.
Marine Sooner, there you go.
Marine Sooner with a big $20 donation. I'll let you do the honors, Killer Breeze.
Marine Sooner says, the saying defense wins championships is an old football adage from famous coach Bear Bryant. USC doesn't have a defense. Amen to that. I think not only they don't have a defense, they don't have special teams, they don't have a great offense, and they don't have a good head coach.
Well, Bear Bryant's right. You do have to have a bit of a defense to win national championship. I mean, you don't have to have a shutdown defense like you used to have. The offenses are so good nowadays. It's just, if you can hold a team to 17 points or less, you've had a pretty good day defensively with today's offenses, I think.
Let me tell you what doesn't help you win. some flashy mirror sunglasses, and some Louis from Jackson State. Apparently, that ain't good enough to win.
Oh, wow.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Hey, man, I got my Louis. On, man. I'm going to blow. These are my 29-0 blown lead glasses. Right here. Con time is prime time. Prime time is con time.
Now, don't you just feel a little foolish?
You can't see me. I can't see shit. like John Cena, a mix between John Cena and con time over here. I can't see shit with these glasses on.
No, it's ridiculous.
But I know why con time does it now, man, because they don't want to look at that shitty ass defense he's got.
DG had a great game. He was as much of a reason why they won that game as anything else. Let's take a look at some of the other scores today, man. I was going to go through some of that.
Yeah, pull up. Let me pull some scores up. You got it.
I got it right here.
Sheldon Lamy said I look good with them glasses on. Sheldon Lamy in the house.
First of all, your in-state rivals just got beat down by LSU, 48-18. That's kind of embarrassing.
Oh, Auburn.
Auburn's just, I guess Hugh Freeze ain't working out.
Yeah, well, you know, he's probably drowning himself in some escort sorrows right now. You know, he has that shit on speed dial.
Yeah.
Sheldon Lamy, he said I look good in them glasses, man. We're going to have to get us some con time glasses, man.
What did you think about Tennessee and Texas A&M today? Did you get to watch that game?
I predicted that, you know, I wanted Texas A&M to win, but I took Tennessee 21-16, so I almost got it right.
You were real close.
I was about 2 points off.
Yeah, you were real close.
Now, Oregon sort of burnt me today. I took Oregon to win that game. They should have won that game. They went for it on fourth down like 3 times when they could have kicked field goals.
Man, Kentucky's having it. Kentucky's doing just like you said. They've lost 2 in a row now. They lose to unranked Missouri 38-21 at home.
Well, what we say about Kentucky? They are the new Clemsoning. It's no longer called Clemsoning. It's called Kentuckian.
It truly is, man.
Bluegrass shit in the bed.
It truly is.
Well, Mizzou's not a bad team. I mean, Mizzou should have beat LSU, but they didn't.
Yes, that is very true.
LSU's just standing around, man, like they always do. People are sort of, you know, they didn't turn their light off about LSU. LSU's still there lingering like they always do, like they did last year. And then they snuck up on Alabama. So I hope we don't let that shit happen again.
So what did you think about the Oregon-Washington game?
Like I said, it was back and forth the whole way. The Oregon coach, he went for it on fourth down a few times when he probably shouldn't have. I mean, he went for it on 4th and 3 at almost the 50-yard line when he could have punted the ball and made Washington drive the length of the field with about 2 minutes left. Why would you go for it on 4th and 3 at almost midfield and give them a short field? It wasn't short. It wasn't like 4th and 1. It was 4th and 3.
No, it was, that was bad. And dude, speaking of, you know what we didn't get to talk about? Our boy Kuz. Did you see the ending of the fucking West Virginia Houston game? Did you see it?
I saw it on some highlights. I sure did.
First of all, he has to have gone. I messaged him and he answered back. To go from the elation that he had to be feeling when it looked like West Virginia had pulled that game out and was gonna win. That last pass that West Virginia threw, that touchdown pass, that was great. So to go from that to lose on that Hail Mary, that was a crazy Hail Mary too, man.
that would just devastate me. I mean, that kind of loss like that can actually devastate a whole season, to be honest with you. That could just turn your whole season upside down the way it happened because, like you said, the way they come down and scored, it was almost like a mini Hail Mary for West Virginia. And then they turned around and they threw a short little pass to set that Hail Mary up.
Yes.
It's just like that Kentucky Bluegrass Miracle in a way. That's probably the best Hail Mary I ever seen was the Kentucky Bluegrass Miracle where LSU won that game against Kentucky.
Yeah, that was awesome. But yeah, man, I couldn't believe that. So, now all of a sudden, Texas goes on the road to play Houston. Could Texas, it'd be interesting to see how Texas comes out. Both of them.
I didn't even know you can make $1 donations. Something you on me. Darth Iskines with a $1 donation. Appreciate that. I can go buy me a bottle of water now.
Hell yeah. Jack said,
Bama beats LSU. It will be because Bama's defense shuts out Jaden Daniels.
Well, everybody's picking Bama and Georgia in the SEC championship.
What you was about to call somebody out, I think. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Jack says you're out of luck with BV, Outlaw. He ain't going anywhere.
Well, I will say this, man. Brent Venables, when he leaves Oklahoma for Alabama, he's probably going to do it a lot better than Tebow did. He's going to be nice, and he's going to talk to the players. He ain't going to have Bob Stoops hold his hand and say, hey, you need to talk to the players before you leave, jackass. He's like, man, I wouldn't talk to the players before I left. Yeah, because Bob Stoops told you to. Brent Venables won't do that. He'll come to Alabama, but he'll be nice to Oklahoma when he leaves. He won't be trying to raid your team.
Okay, Mr. Funny Guy. Well, why don't you go ahead and highlight Alpha Dragon Gaming FTW with your fucking jokes. Look, there you go.
You're going to get us banned again.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Linky just said he plays in the best conference in college football.
They are pretty good this year now. I will give them that.
They are
pretty good.
They are.
The top half of the Pac-12 is good. The bottom half, 5 and down, that now being USC probably, it ain't. It ain't good at all.
Well, and the other thing too is he's trying to claim he's acting like he went to the Pac-12 because it was the best conference. Get out of here.
Look, man.
He went to the Pac-12 because he didn't want to have to deal with recruiting in the SEC. That's a fact. That's why he didn't go. There's no way he's not a whole lot better off in the Big Ten. And I would argue he's worse off because of the regional and logistical nightmares that they now have to deal with being in the Big Ten. So, man, Marine Sooner is just coming correct tonight. What's up, Marine? Semper Fi, brother.
That's right.
Riley didn't embrace the history. This is what I was saying earlier. BV has been here before. He came with Stoops. They were just okay the first year. They won a national championship the next year. That's right. I agree, Marine. All of a sudden, this Oklahoma team, man, you could see that's on the table. And I honestly didn't think it necessarily would be this year. I still think it's a year or two early. But you'd have to be – you're just lying if you don't say it's on the table. What you laughing at, man?
Just these people in here, man, talking about Brent Venables not coming to Alabama. I got them wired up. I try not to laugh, man, because I want them to think I'm being serious about the shit. I really am in a background sort of way. I am sort of serious about that. If Alabama could get Brent Venables, I would definitely go after Brent Venables if I was Alabama. If I was Alabama, that's who I would talk to first. And if he says no, he says no. You know? Make him say no. Make him say no, Bama. Make him say no.
Well, we'll go ahead and say no for you. It's a big no.
Coming from BV, man.
I'll tell you no in Spanish as well. No.
Yes. Never say never, Lloyd. Never say never.
By the way, all of a sudden, Oklahoma's heating up in recruiting. I was mentioning this earlier, but all of a sudden, and you got to think it's because of the success on the field, but they got a couple of 4-star offensive linemen and a 4-star safety that are still in the mix. And now, I mean, there was a future cast that went out yesterday or today for I think it was Grant Bricks, the 4-star offensive lineman. Pierre St. Louis, I think is his name, or something like that. He's another 4-star offensive lineman, and then Boganowski, the safety, who's a 4-star safety. And if we can rack up those 4 stars and add those to the class, we just got that 3-star number 1 international player, offensive lineman. He's still having it. If we can get those guys in here and then possibly flip Williams Winery, that's a top 3 class. What are you laughing at, man?
That I got them riled up about that shit. Well, hold on. Let me go back to Lloyd for a second. He has no ties to Alabama. Neither did Nick Saban. Everybody said Nick Saban was going to lead the Miami Dolphins for Alabama. You see what happened there, don't you? If Alabama wants somebody, we're just going to take it. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Man, you remember how much heat Saban was getting when he went to Bama after making it sound like he wasn't going to leave?
Yeah, what's that idiot's name?
People were really hating on him for all of the lying he's done in his career.
What was that idiot's name? That damn announcer down there, ESPN talking head. He's like, he's from Miami. He's a Latino guy. Can't remember his damn name.
Dan Lebitard?
Yeah, old Lebitard. That's a good name for a Lebitard.
He is a Lebitard.
The thing is that really, really, really rubbed Don Shidder the wrong way because, first of all, we fired his baby boy. And then we went to Miami and took his shit. So, yeah, there was a lot of pissed off people. And everybody was saying that Nick Saban was going to leave after 3 or 4 years. He didn't stay anywhere very long. And it just never happened. And there was rumors that he was seriously thinking about Texas. But after that tornado hit Tuscaloosa, him and Miss Terry fell in love with the community, supposedly. And they ended up staying. Sheldon Laney says, you said Marcus Freeman was your first choice to play Saban. I said I would like to have Marcus Freeman considered, but that's not my first choice, I don't think.
I also agree with Timothy Gibbs saying Danny Okoye will be a dominant Sooner. I think Danny Okoye and Jaden Jackson are flying way under the radar. And I think those 2 guys are going to be great. I can't wait, man. I can't wait for this line. With Okoye and Nigel Smith and David Stone and Jaden Jackson and Wyatt Gilmore. I mean, man, we're getting close to where the number of transfer portal players we're going to need is going to get – the number we're going to need is going to get a little bit lower. We're not going to need as many.
There's sort of a misconception here. It's changing the subject a little bit. Alpha Dragon Gaming FTW says Saban's a great college coach, but he was horrible in the NFL. That's not exactly true. If you look at his record, I mean, he wasn't great, but he wasn't horrible either. I mean, I think he was like 500. That's 1 year they were actually, 9-7 and almost made the playoffs, right? And then next year, I think it was like 8-8 or something like that. He wasn't as bad as Bob Petrino or Steve Spurrier. I can promise you that. They were really horrible. And Bob Petrino, nobody gave him as much grief as they should have. When he was at the Atlanta Falcons, he left in the middle of the night before the season even completed.
Yeah, that was
at least Saban stayed the course and stayed throughout the season before he left Miami.
That was weird. I agreed with Bebo as well. I think, man, if Oklahoma wins out and goes to the college playoff, I think they're going to flip Williams Winery. I do. It could possibly be a top 5, even a top 3 team, and that's still on the table.
If we're going by ties alone, Lori, then I guess maybe BV's going to go to Kansas State. Right?
Y'all are pissing Lori off. I can tell you that. Lori's about to come through the screen and strangle people. And I have a feeling Lori is not one to be messed with.
I don't know. What is my point?
You're right. You're right, Z. Missouri does need to start losing. That's for sure.
Yeah, Missouri.
That would just make it
Missouri
so much.
might beat Georgia.
Well, that would be great and awful at the same time.
I don't really care where they were born, Craig. I'll be honest with you, bro. That really people put too much into that. Now, I don't think Brent Venables is really going to leave Oklahoma, but all I'm saying is never say never. The Clemson people were like, "Oh, Brent Venables." They said the same thing. His family was raised here in Clemson, South Carolina. He's never going to leave for another college coaching job. He's happy here. I'm like, y'all smoking something, man. If he gets a head coaching job offer, he's going to leave if it's a good one. And he did. Brent Venables left Clemson because it was a better opportunity for him.
He almost went to Auburn.
Yeah. And he is going to go to Alabama. So
dude, Lori's gonna mess you up, man. I think Lori's
ties, man. Saban didn't have ties here. Oh man.
Saban's record was actually under 500 with the Dolphins.
You pull it up for me. Show me.
That's right.
It wasn't horrible though. You act like he was like 2-13 or some shit. He wasn't horrible, man. And the thing is, Saban was told by the owner, what was his name? The Miami owner, I can't remember his name now.
Wayne Faringa or some shit like that.
Wayne Huizinga, I think.
Huizinga, that's it.
He told Nick Saban that he would have complete control of player personnel. Nick Saban wanted Drew Brees, and they would not get Drew Brees for him. They wouldn't pass him on the physical. And Drew Brees ends up going to the Saints and winning a Super Bowl, and Saban gets stuck with Dante Culpepper. So you tell me, wouldn't you want to leave too? If someone lied to you and told you had control of player personnel? Just saying.
And as it turned out, it worked out for the best because Drew Brees was supposed to go to the Saints, and he was awesome. BV is going to Alabama.
Y'all don't come to Alabama next year. We go to Norman. I've been invited up there, but I probably shouldn't come, man. Y'all might end up beating me up or something.
No, man. You're one of Sooner Nation's favorite sons now. What's Teresa saying? Teresa says Jesse needs to be worried more about me. I forgot about Teresa. Teresa's not taking no shit either.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. When Nick Saban retires, I mean, we got to get somebody to be our head coach. Might as well get.
You have a guy coming, man. You have the hottest name in college football is on his way to Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
He is the hottest name in college football.
Ain't gonna be no college.
He wears the hottest sunglasses in college football, and he has the dopest Louis you could ever hope to have. He is on the way, and he has got his Louis. Y'all got a Louis store? Y'all got a Louis store in Tuscaloosa? Because he's going to need some Louis.
I don't know what I done with my sunglasses. I dropped them somewhere. I had some sunglasses. I wear the hottest sunglasses. I'll show him how to wear that damn cowboy hat too if he wants me to. He wears that stupid goofy ass cowboy hat laying on his damn face like this right here. That's con time out there with his cowboy hat on.
That's so ridiculous.
This is con time right here.
Well, Colorado offered him a lifetime contract and he turned it down.
Yeah. I bet they feel stupid now, don't they? I'm like, I bet y'all rescind that real quick after losing to Stanford. Once again, Stanford lost to Sacramento State.
Yeah.
By double digits. Now, Sacramento State's a real good FCS program, but still.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I agree with that assessment.
You think Deion wants an SEC job, or you think Deion wants to go to the NFL? I think Deion is only staying at Colorado until his sons leave, and then he's going to take his next bigger offer.
I don't think he's going to get the next bigger offer. I think he's going to be just like.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure there will be an offer. These people are idiots. Haven't you? We were just talking about how Louis Riddick performs fellatio on Deion and Shidder every time he calls the game. Keyshawn Johnson is talking about this is a 10-win team. You don't think those people are going to still – Skip Bayless is talking about it every show he's got. Somebody's going to be dumb enough to hire him.
What is it with people wearing sunglasses inside? Now, I forgot about that. You're right. Auntie Louise does wear sunglasses inside, just like Con Time. I don't get it.
But he's a goofball.
He said that when he comes out for those "Your Season Is Over" videos, he looks like he's dressed to go to a gay bar.
Didn't he get a DWI last year?
Yeah, he did. I'm glad you brought it up. But yeah, he did.
Public record,
I think
man.
He was going to one of those gay bars. Actually, I think he's going to Blue Oyster Bar. You know, like the one on Police Academy.
The Rainbow Room.
Remember that scene where Mahoney took the two ass-licking cadets to the Blue Oyster Cult Bar?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's where Lincoln and Con Time going to hook up one day.
And they go into the Rainbow Room.
It's going to be the Booty Brothers.
Marine Sooners going way back, talking about OJ ripping off Billy Sims, but that is true.
Jerry Jones could hire Con Time, says Truckee McCliff. Because Con Time was a Cowboy, right?
Huh?
He said Jerry Jones could hire Con Time to be Dallas Cowboys head coach.
Yeah, Con Time, yeah.
Are you a Dallas Cowboys fan? That's right. You're a Saints fan. You're a Saints fan.
I'm a Saints fan.
That's right. Because you have that in common too.
Die hard.
I like the Saints. I was a little pissed off at them, though. I'll be honest with you. When they got James Winston, I didn't like his ass.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Derek Carr either. Bevo better enjoy that. Yes, who that nation? That's right. The Saints. Oh man, they just cause me so much pain.
If you don't mind, jump out of the chat for us and hit that like button. It helps push the algorithm, as well as if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel as well, and hit the bell. Hit the bell too, because that notifies you when we're up and on the air.
Jimmy, you got to be happy about the Dolphins this year. They look like they're a threat. They're a serious threat.
Center fans said, "Does the Saints still have a team?"
I don't know how I feel about that.
Sheldon Laney says the Eagles are going to fly high.
Well, the Eagles are very good. Jalen's the man. They also have a couple of Sooners. Don't they have isn't Creed? Isn't he? Wait. Yeah, I got shit. They had I think 3 Oklahoma linemen in the Super Bowl. One on the Chiefs. Why can't I remember who plays for who? Because I think Creed Humphrey plays for Philly. No, he plays for the Chiefs. Jesus, what am I thinking? Trent Williams and Creed Humphrey, I think, play for the Chiefs. Either way, no, Trent Williams plays for the Niners, doesn't he? Who's the other one that plays for the Chiefs?
Said Creed plays for the Chiefs.
Creed plays for the Chiefs, but there's another guy that plays for the Chiefs too, huh? Or does he play for shit, man. Hold on.
Mike Wilkerson says one of his favorite all-time Sooners played on the O-line for the Saints, Darrell Moore.
Yes. All right, let's get it. Let's see. Lane Johnson. That's who I'm thinking of. Trent Williams, Lane Johnson, Orlando Brown, and Ben Powers are all on multi-year massive deals. And I think they're about to go on a run of some offensive line talent as well. Caden Green stepped in as a freshman when Mature went out and is probably going to start the rest of the year. He's a big dude. That's the one thing that they've got a lot coming in. You know, honestly, the stars thing, you know, star ratings on these players, Creed Humphrey was a 3-star. And he's one of the best players, offensive linemen in the NFL. So, and if I remember correctly, I want to say Dusty Dvorak was a 3-star too. I'm pretty sure.
Y'all see a bunch of people in here with their badges. Z in Oklahoma, Bebo Lewis, Michael Dyche. If you want to get your badge and get deputized like these guys, all you got to do is hit that join button next to the subscribe button. It's now $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. You get your badge, you get deputized, and you'll be possibly get a random Four Horsemen shout out on the actual podcast, as well as possibly be the comment of the day. We also have a donation button at the bottom of this video right now. If you want to get your comment read out, if you got something you really want to say and you want us to give our take on it, just hit that little donation button, write your comment out, and then send it on and we'll read it out.
Lori's turning it up in the chat room tonight.
You say you had some final scores for us, maybe? I'm going to try to find some real quick.
Yeah, I got them right here. If you want to just go down the line, LSU beat Auburn 48-18. Georgia 37-20 over Vanderbilt. Michigan handled up on Indiana 52-7. Ohio State beat Purdue 41-7. Florida State handled up on Syracuse 41-3. Bama, which I was shocked that Bama that game ended up being as close as it was, 24-21. Utah beats California by 20, 34-14. Penn State just lays the wood on Massachusetts 63-0. Washington, what a great game Washington and Oregon was. 36-33. Washington comes out ahead. Tennessee over A&M 20-13. Oklahoma State holds on to beat Kansas 39-32. Kansas is ranked 23rd. Kansas, I want to say, was the only ranked team left on our schedule, and they're going to fall out of the – what's that?
They won't be ranked now.
No, they're going to fall out.
I see right here on the CBS score thing here where Rutgers beat Michigan State, and Rutgers is now 5-2. That's just a random topic. Greg Schiano was going to get hired at Tennessee. I think Tennessee looks rather stupid now by letting Greg Schiano go by the board. That's the second time he's brought Rutgers back from the dead. He'd be a good head coach somewhere someday. Maybe he could replace Nick Saban for me.
No, they need something better than that.
Yeah, I know. Need Brent Venables.
I'm sorry, he's taking. You're gonna watch out. Lori's gonna
look, man.
Mute me.
It's just the way it is sometimes, man. Sometimes you get your shit to it. I see TCU beat the snot out of BYU, man. That surprised me, man. I thought BYU was better than that.
Yeah, man. It was it really makes you think that Oklahoma really should, other than I'm more worried about Oklahoma State than anybody else on their schedule now.
I guess that Florida game, that thing going to overtime is 41-39. It's a weird looking score. Makes me think maybe they went into overtime or something. I don't know.
Let's see. I don't know.
But Florida won the game. I'm glad Florida won that game because if they had lost to South Carolina, they probably wouldn't have been in any mood to play Georgia next week. I think Georgia and Florida play not next week, but the week. I think they both are off this week, right? So, yeah.
Yes.
See, everybody in the comment section, y'all tell me, like the little over and under thing, how many more years do you see Lincoln Riley being in college football? Do you think the little statement that he made a week ago about he might consider early retirement because his mentor Mike Leach and another guy passed away, and the tolls of college football and the stress of college football coaching is just not worth it? Do you think he's maybe going to retire early? Or you think he's trying to set USC up for an early exit? I mean, what do y'all think he's going to do? How many more years do y'all think he's going to be there?
He's leaving at the end of this year.
He's like he's about to have an Urban Meyer type meltdown over on the sidelines, man. His eyes look all wild out, man. He's like he's right here, man. He's like, oh shit. That happened? Yeah, that happened, buddy. It really happened.
So I'm reading something on Twitter that says they're talking about the Lincoln Riley Players Tribune piece on terrible Oklahoma fans that drops next Tuesday is going to be an all-timer.
What's that?
Do you think he's possibly going to start talking about Oklahoma again?
Who?
Probably so.
Who?
Lincoln Riley.
He said what?
They're saying that there's some kind of piece coming out, Lincoln Riley and the Lincoln Riley Players Tribune. There's some piece coming out about how bad Oklahoma fans were to him.
I thought that was already talked about.
It seems like there's something else coming out now, maybe.
Well, sounds like sour apples to me. Sounds like he's a little pissed off that things ain't going so well out there at Skittle Shitter land.
I mean, dude, they are tearing his ass up on Twitter.
What about con time? How many more years do you think he's at Colorado?
When do his sons leave?
Hell if I know.
Shidder has 2 years left. 1 year? No, he'd have 1 year left. Well, he'd be a junior, right? Is he a sophomore or is he a junior? Because the other one is older. Shiloh, I think, is older than Shidder. I think whenever Shidder leaves Colorado, Deion's gone. I think that's the only reason why he did this. Was to throw some attention on himself, get his sons from an HBCU into a Power 5 school, and then it worked. But I don't think they're gonna. I think they're gonna get their asses handed to them the rest of the year. So they may not even be a bowl team, and he wasn't doing well in recruiting already. I can't imagine this is going to help.
Michael Dyche thinks he's itching to go somewhere and probably floating a cover story. Bobby Allen says Shiloh is 23 and Shidder is 19 or 20. So Shiloh will be graduating this year. Shiloh's not going to. He's not going to make it. I don't know if Shiloh can make it.
Year two, the program started to take off. It will not take long for USC.
And they're blowing up Colin Cowherd on Twitter too, man. It's so great. It's so great, man.
David Orwig says he plainly said he wouldn't retire until the age of 50 so he can be with his grown children at that time, weddings and whatnot.
Yeah.
Really? I don't know, man. I think if USC was winning games this year in a dominant fashion and they didn't look like complete horse manure in South Bend, I think he'd be staying a lot longer. I think he's just pulling an Urban Meyer, man. That's what he's doing, man. He's an urban liar. He's a liar.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Man, I'll tell you what, dude, this is just so awesome. Lincoln is getting his ass handed to him on Twitter, man.
Yeah, Mike Wilkerson says, I just jumped out to see Twitter and I'm laughing my butt off.
Yeah, it is epic. I mean, he's getting memed left and right. He's it's so funny, man. It's so funny. But I mean, really, if you think about it, he came into the league, into the football ranks. Everybody started talking about how great he was as an offensive mind. He gets a head job, coaching job prematurely. He actually starts regressing every year. So before it becomes completely evident that he's not that good, he leaves to try and take the spotlight off the fact that he's been getting worse at Oklahoma. And he goes to USC, and those dumbasses out in California can't see the forest for the trees of what's up with him. And they treat him like he's the next coming of, like I've said before, Vince Lombardi, give him the world, including a private jet to use as much as he wants. And he's continued to get worse. I mean, this is karma at its best. This really is. In the act of sticking your what in our backside, he has actually done us the biggest favor we've had done in a long time, leading us to a coach that's actually going to build back a championship program.
This ain't a slight at Oklahoma, but when Jalen Hurts went to Oklahoma, Jalen Hurts was probably thinking the same thing that Caleb Williams is thinking right now. Like, gee, I'm getting all the stats and I'm getting accolades, but I'm not going to win a national championship.
Yep.
That's what Jalen Hurts was probably thinking when they played LSU and got beat 63-28.
Yep. Oh, LSU set records in that game against Oklahoma that will never be beaten. The college football playoff records that will
had to be an awkward game for you.
It was awful.
It had to be awkward for you, man. You're an LSU grad, and you got
but that's the thing. Like all my LSU friends and family, they know I like Oklahoma more than LSU. So when LSU beats Oklahoma, I get it worse than when Texas plays Oklahoma. I get hammered. They still hammer me over it, man. My friends, I have a text message chain that I've got with like 6 or 7 friends, and on a regular, they are repeating those stats from that game to me. That's why I'm telling you, there's like 10 or 12 records that'll never be broken, ever, thanks to Lincoln Riley.
I don't know. Georgia might have broke the damn things when they beat the shit out of TCU.
Go look.
Mike Wilkerson says, Lori, in a nutshell, they want Tebow fired. Well, here's the thing, Mike. I think there's a big-ass buyout. I don't know if they got the money right now to get rid of Lincoln Riley, even if they wanted to. I don't know if they got the kind of money it's going to take to get rid of this guy right now. I don't know. It's just like Jimbo Fisher. He's got such a huge buyout. I don't know. Maybe Texas A&M is stuck with him for a couple more years.
That's the word on the street, is that they're stuck with him.
Hell, they give him a house with 17 bathrooms. I mean, what else could you ask for, man? I mean, it's one of the skill shitters, man. They have to have 17 bathrooms because they're always losing their damn bowels over some silly shit.
That's right.
Yeah, I can't read out everybody's comments, but if you want me to read your comment out and you want us to address it, I can't see them all because there's a lot coming in. There's 118 people in here. Hit that $ at the bottom, write your comment out and send it. Make a donation to the show, and we'll read it out for you. Hold it down for me. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. All right. Let's take a look here at the comments. You think Dabo's still going to take over for Bama? I mean, for Saban at Bama? I don't know. I feel like some of the shine has come off of Dabo. All that aw shucks crap that he's always done. I can't stand Dabo. Y'all like Dabo? Tell me in the comments section whether y'all like Dabo or not. He's one of the coaches that I just get extreme pleasure watching him lose. I don't think all that aw shucks, good old country boy shit that he does is genuine at all. Yes, Dabo is slowly becoming a has-been. That's exactly right. Dabo's not genuine. He's just not genuine. And I don't know how great of a coach he really is. You know, I've heard many people attribute a lot of their success to the assistant coaches that he had. Like Venables.
I just talked to Brent. He said he's about to come to Alabama.
Yeah, he's going down there to talk to a couple of recruits.
Look, man. This is what Tebow needs right now, man. He's put one of his masks on so they don't know what the hell he looks like because someone's going to beat the hell out of him. Right there. Right there. He needs to go undercover. He thinks Oklahoma fans are bad. Wait till them damn pronoun people get a hold of him out there. I don't know what his pronoun's going to be after this weekend. What's his pronoun? What's Lincoln Riley's pronoun, y'all? Can you give me a pronoun for Lincoln Riley? Killer Breeze?
A pronoun for Lincoln?
Well, you know, we got pronouns now.
She, her?
You know, you can't be a he or a she, or you got to be a it or
Z-Zay?
Non-binary. What the hell's a non-binary? What is that, man? Binary means book, don't it?
A non-binary person is a mentally ill person.
Well, just got demonetized.
Sorry, dude. I mean, that's what it is. It doesn't mean anything. It means nothing.
That. There's a good pronoun right there, boy. They/suck by Joseph McKelvey.
That's right.
Outlaw Posse coming in here with the pronouns for the Skittle Shitters. Now, I wonder if Skittle Shitters could be considered a pronoun, or is that just an adjective to elicit a response?
That's a good question.
Could it be a pronoun and an adjective? Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it really is an adjective.
Yeah, but
can it be an adverb?
Can it be a pronoun and an adjective?
Jack, it's not that rough being a Saints fan anymore. Overall, over the last 20 years, they've been pretty legit.
Look here, Hank.
It's not for the goddamn referees blowing the game against the Los Angeles Rams and not calling that clear pass interference. What a load of shit that was.
That was straight horse shit right there.
Oh, my God.
Look, Hank. Now, you don't need to be calling them shows anyway, man. Don't be calling them USC shows. Man. I can open up my phone for y'all right now. Y'all want to call me and talk to me, I'll let you talk to me. I'll let Brandon Dunn get on here and wish himself a happy birthday. I even give him an idea to give him a stripper. And he actually sent me a message after the show. He's like, "Hey man, how much does a stripper cost?" Well, now I just play him, man.
Yeah, did you see that play when the USC guys tried to force that punt returner to touch the ball? Did you see that play?
Look, it's trying to rape him to me, man. It looked like I thought when I was worried about him, man, I was like, man, I was having some Shawshank Redemption flashbacks.
Oh my God, it's so
like
weird.
I can just hear Morgan Freeman narrating that shit. Morgan Freeman be like, I wish I could say that the USC Skittle shitters left him alone, but they didn't.
Oh man, he is just getting pummeled. It's so great. It is so great.
You're right, Storm. Storm 46-0 is in the house. 46-01. Ain't seen you in a while, brother. He's got his badge. He's deputized. He said, that's a great quote, Outlaw. Sometimes you get your shit took. Priceless. I'm trying to tell Killer Breeze now, man. I won't listen to him.
I hear what you're saying. I'm just not paying attention.
I just don't want y'all to get traumatized again. I want y'all to see it coming when Alabama takes your shit.
Well, it would traumatize us if it happened, but it ain't gonna happen because he ain't fucking.
We're not gonna just take it like USC did. We're not gonna be.
No. You should have just stopped. You should have just stopped right when you said we're just not gonna take it. That's where you should have stopped right there. We're not gonna take it because you're not.
We're gonna be honest about it. We're gonna be like, look. We're gonna be like
taking our shit.
We're gonna be like
our shit is staying right where our shit is at right now. That is like
Coach Bouye on the Water Boy when we went to Coach Klein. You know that playbook. We'll be like, now Oklahoma. We're gonna have Brent Venables.
No, but you know who you
We're
could
gonna
get?
have Brent Venables, or it's gonna get awfully.
You know who you could get? You know who you could get?
Shit.
Listen, I got it figured out for you. This is a guy with a championship pedigree. He has won in multiple locations, so he can do it again.
Who?
A guy by the name of Urban Meyer.
Well,
how about that?
Man, you gonna get me cussing, man.
How about that?
Hell.
Wouldn't you love to have Urban Meyer as your head coach?
And he quit coaching so he could watch his daughters play professional volleyball in Turkey. Watch them play against Istanbul versus the damn Jerusalem A&M or some shit.
Wait, is that code for banging young co-eds? Because I thought he was doing a lot of that too.
Y'all talking about Joey Freshwater?
Y'all
talking about Lane Kiffin?
No.
Lane Kiffin, his nickname, his alias is Joey Freshwater.
Joey Freshwater. No, that's not what I was talking about. I was talking about Urban.
Urban Meyer has a great eye for talent, sure. But he also, man, if you hire Urban Meyer, I hope y'all gonna get some bad shit's gonna happen within 3 or 4 years. He'll have a nice season or two, and then shit just comes unraveled.
Well, yeah, I don't think Kirby's going to Alabama. I think Kirby's got his dream job.
Now Kirby won't go to Alabama, but Brent Venables will.
God damn it, man! He is not leaving. Listen, this is the last coaching job he's ever going to have.
We deserve some Brent Venables too, man. Y'all can't be.
No, you don't. No. You can't have it. That's the thing. You just had the best. You are still in the middle of the biggest, most dominant run ever. You don't get to have two. You don't get to be a millionaire and have a large dick also. You get one or the other. Man. You get one.
Y'all got to share, man. Y'all let y'all have it for 4 or 5 years.
No, we really don't. We really don't. You've had your run.
We just want for a little while, man.
You've had your run. You've had your run. And now you just need to step aside and let BV do his thing.
I ain't hiring Tressel either.
Urban did have a bad mental breakdown when his boyfriend had to graduate from college and go to the NFL. It was very difficult on Urban.
Where's that at?
He was no longer able to have secret relations with Tebow in the middle of the night.
Look, man, y'all keep saying that BV's kids are born in normal. So what? What's that got to do with anything? They were raised in freaking Clemson, South Carolina. Is he going to go back to Clemson?
No.
There you go.
Right.
That's why he's coming to Alabama.
No. Nope. Damn. Sooner fan knows what's up. Bama is. They're already talking. Saban and Deion have that commercial love that they do together.
Yeah,
Saban is prepping prime time.
They hired con time Deion Sanders, man. I'm telling you, I will grill this shit out of Alabama. They'll kick me out of Tuscaloosa for sure.
Well, I'm just saying, he's the biggest name in college football, and Alabama is the biggest brand right now in college football. Well, maybe Georgia's the biggest brand right now, but Alabama has been the biggest brand for the last 15, 16 years. So it only makes sense that Deion, primetime Sanders would be coming to Alabama.
No, nobody wants Mike Gundy either. Nobody wants. I'm a man.
I'm 40.
I'm 53. I'm a man. I'm about to be fired. Lose to South Alabama by 26.
I don't think he is going to be fired. He's on it. He's winning again.
They done righted the ship again.
I mean, this is when Mike Gundy gets dangerous, when everybody thinks he's done.
That's why Oklahoma and Texas are coming to SEC, because of weak-ass shit like Okie Pokey State getting on a 2-game winning streak against the Big 12 after they lost to South Alabama by 26.
Yes.
Because they're tired of pulling y'all. There's some Big 12 people in here besides Oklahoma and Texas people. Oklahoma and Texas people are tired of pulling y'all's weight, man. Yep. Yeah, I know y'all made the playoff last year, and Oklahoma and Texas didn't, but that's an anomaly. Throughout history, Oklahoma and Texas have pulled that conference.
Yep. I mean, Oklahoma won, I believe.
Oh,
14.
shit. I forgot about the receipts, man. You just reminded me. Deion's got receipts, y'all. Did y'all know he's got receipts?
What?
Deion said he has receipts. Remember me saying that to that reporter?
Oh, yeah.
She was interviewing him after he won that game over Colorado State or somebody. I got receipts. I remember you.
Apparently, he didn't have receipts.
Well, apparently, Colorado needs a refund, because Colorado needs receipts, because they're gonna have to get a refund on this shit, because it's about to fall apart. They might win one more game this year. One. That's it. Now, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think they're gonna lose out, man. I think the con is up. The gig is up, man. We've been trying to tell people for ever since he came, man. We've been trying to tell them, man. That's great. That's great, man, that he's doing that Louis shit. That's great that his players are showing off these $25,000 watches to Arizona State fans at the end of the game. You know, what if the Arizona State fans decide to charge the field and mug their asses or something? You know, see how smart that is.
Yeah. Oh, my God, dude. This is so great. This is so great, man. He is getting torn to pieces.
Well, give us some quotes.
Lincoln Riley will forever be a pussy.
Lincoln Riley.
That was the first one I saw right when you said, give me some quotes. I swear.
Lincoln Riley.
I mean, it's just so much, dude.
Alabama ain't gonna have
the illusion of Lincoln Riley is fading. Let's do this. Let's actually search for USC football. Here we go.
You need to search Lincoln Riley, right? He's what's trending, right?
Right, yeah, but I also want to see you upset USC fans talking about. Let's see if we can see any of that.
If y'all don't mind,
Yeah,
jump out of the chat, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you can get notified as to when we're up and on the air. Also, you'll see people in here with their badges like Lester, a.k.a. Lezer here. Grinch is the yoga of Speed D, says Lester. If you want to get your badge and get deputized like Lester, all you got to do is hit that join button next to the subscribe button. It's $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. You can get your badge, get deputized. You can possibly be one of the random Four Horsemen shout-outs on the actual podcast, as well as be the comment of the day. You can also get your comment highlighted at the bottom of the $, and we can read your comment out for you and address your question. And it'll push it up above everybody else's comment if you want to get your comment read out. Just hit that $, and make a donation to the program. Yeah, that's what we was talking about, Mike M. Lincoln Riley is already talking retirement. He said that on the news channel a few weeks ago. Of course he is.
Yeah,
I'd be looking for some receipts on that.
He's such a wuss. I want to see his post game press conference. I mean, I wonder if that's out yet. Let's see.
I heard it was. Someone was saying he was sort of bashing on Caleb a little bit. Maybe. Well, hell, man, looks like it's getting close to a 2-hour mark on here, so I guess I'm about to get up off of here.
Yeah, man. It was great hanging with you guys tonight. Outlaws, always a pleasure to see you, my man.
Right,
and to the posse out there in the chat.
It's been fun. We've been doing our own version of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Like college football Saturday Night Live.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We're going to have to make this a regular thing where we all catch up Saturday night after the day of games. Next week, we'll have another Oklahoma game we can talk about, as well as Alabama. And hopefully we'll also have another loss. But, man, can you imagine if we get another weekend next weekend with a USC loss and another con-time loss? We might get a couple more of those weekends.
It won't be quite as epic as this one. This one is epic because they both happened at the same time, and it was pretty epic in how it happened. I mean, Tebow gets blowed the hell out. And by the way, if y'all new to the channel, TBOW is the acronym. TBOW is Tebow. That's the bitch out west for Lincoln Riley. And then con time blows a 29-0 lead to Stanford. Team that got beat by Sacramento State, as I said before.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, have a good one, brother.
All right,
we'll talk soon, man.
All right. Take care.
Later.
And that was Killer Breeze once again. Been tag teaming this stuff for a little bit. I like old Killer Breeze. He gives it to us real, even though deep down inside he knows that Brent Venables is coming to Alabama one day as the head coach to replace Nick Saban. I'm just messing with y'all. I'm just loving on you. Don't unsubscribe to my channel. Don't report me. Don't report me like the Horns Down did. I know Horns Down reported me a few weeks ago. But I guess I'm fixing to get up out of here. When I get off here, this video will upload to the channel as a podcast. So if you want to give a donation to the show through that as well, there's a little hard option to be at the bottom of the video once it uploads as a podcast. Also, you can get your badge like these guys in here, like Lester. And you can be a part of the Outlaw Posse for just $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. Get your badge, get deputized. I'll get a random Four Horsemen shout out on the podcast, as well as get a possible be the comment of the day. So y'all got anything else y'all want me to ask me before I get up out of here? Y'all can highlight it at the bottom with a little $sign and push it to the top, and I can read it out for you real quick if you want to make a little small donation to the program before I get out of here. What do y'all got for me? Lester says Grinch is a man, just needs 5 more years to figure out his own defense. That is true. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. I actually probably got more USC subscribers than some USC channels. For some reason, they're a glutton for punishment, Mark Vigil. Not sure why. Yeah, I was just trolling y'all a little bit, man. No, I'm not trolling in a way. I ain't gonna lie now. If Nick Saban retired this year, I would love to have Brent Venables. I would not be opposed to Alabama at least asking Brent Venables and make him say no. That kind of deal. Laughing along with me, all righty. Yeah, well, C2, you sent me a message the other day. You was acting like you were sort of pissed off at me about something. I'm not really sure what it was exactly. I couldn't really understand the gist of it, man. Just hit me up in private message or something. I'm on Jesse Paul Clark on Facebook. If y'all want to add me on Facebook as well, Jesse Paul Clark, spelled Jesse without the I. That is true. What's not cool? What's not cool, Mark? What's not cool? What's not cool? Well, David made a video that says the horns were downed, and said some not so nice things about them, and they reported me. All right, Mike M. Appreciate you being in here, brother. Haven't seen you in here a lot, but I'm glad you're in here now. You're in the right place. These people in here, they're off the chain. They're the common Joes and common Sallies in the know, even more so than all those media talking heads. Z in Oklahoma with a $2 check wants to know which one of y'all farted. Y'all fart? No, man, no. You know what that is? That's the stench of Grinch and the USC defense. See that? I could be a rapper. By the way, I do have a rap song about Tebow. Y'all need to check that out. It was about a year ago. Y'all can look it up. It's called Lincoln Riley versus Oklahoma rap song. It's actually pretty good. Eric Basham's in the house. He says USC fans are now hating on Oklahoma fans because they feel like they got ripped off. And Linky in the staff deal. Probably did get ripped off. Yes, Kane. Y'all have had him long enough now. Y'all got to share. Y'all got to share with us. All kidding aside, I'm fixing to get up out of here. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. If you hadn't already, those things are free. As I said before, if you want to donate to the channel, there'll be a little hard option under this video once we upload it as a podcast. And as always, KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.